Welcome back to Drinking with Dog. It is October 23rd, I believe. I can't keep track. These months and days go by so fast as we get older. But we know it's right around the corner with those fall leaves coming down. It is voting season. We are in the midst of it. And I am welcoming back, I believe for the fourth time,
yes,
the now Mayor Tony Giantasio. Welcome back to the show, buddy.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's always so fun when you're on the show, even though we drink water like we're like never have beers or anything before. Thanks so much for coming back. I know we see each other occasionally, obviously, and we sometimes try to coordinate a show. I think this is a perfect time because early voting has started.
It has.
And explain early voting a little bit. I don't, just for people in Milford, I know because I follow you, but, some people think it's only that Tuesday in November,
Right. So early voting actually started the last election cycle, but this is my first early voting experience as a candidate. So it started on Monday, and early voting is being hosted at the Parsons building in the gymnasium. So people could come out and vote early right up until Election Day. On Election Day, it reverts back to your schools.
Yep.
So there's an opportunity to vote early, and people have been showing up. I just came from early voting. I was just there.
Have you cast your vote yet?
No. You know what? I'm not voting until Election Day.
You're like me, man.
Because that's my day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to, hold on to my vote until Election Day, and I look forward to it. And, I'm a little superstitious.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm all about the tradition. And you said yourself, right? That's like a whole day for you.
Yeah, like, it's, I get out of work early, but my girlfriend's always out around 6, and we meet at we're going to be at JFK now, but we were at Foreign.
Right.
And we'd go to dinner either right down the street at one of the restaurants, and just, it's a Tuesday night, it's fall, it's, have a couple warm cocktails after you put your vote in, and
come out and vote
watch
for
the local elections on the news and stuff, and the national elections as well, which was last year. So, well, let's talk a little bit about your first 2 years. Last time you were on the show, we caught up and everything, but I have a whole list of general, AI questions you ask a guy rerunning for mayor.
Okay.
Because I'm tired and I'm lazy sometimes. Even when you're on, I'm like, all right. But I follow enough of you personally and online, and you're one of the more, I think you're in that age of social media and all that, and I think it's very important. I think it's what, honestly, not to bring Trump's name into the conversation, but I think it really helped him in his election, getting involved in social media. And I see you're not over the top with it, but you, and I like what you do is you promote Milford with it when you use it, and I think that's you're a mayor of, I say it all the time, one of the greatest towns in the country, I think,
And I got to be honest, you're 100% correct. I mean, Milford was identified just most recently as one of the top cities to retire in the country. So that speaks volumes for the age 65 and over to retire here.
And if anything in New England or up north, and then we're considered one of those, is amazing.
And it's one of the most affordable cities to retire. And so that goes to show you that, we definitely are being looked at, as a city for quality of life.
So was the first 2 years everything you hoped and dreamed of? Was it more than you thought? Were you overwhelmed? I mean, just kind of a brief synopsis of how you handled it.
Yeah, so, every day was a new day. It was a great experience. I was able to put a lot of great policies forward that went into legislation. There was the street takeover ordinance that we talked about, which helped tremendously. We, were able to control that. And also the vape shop ordinance.
That's right around my neck of the woods over there. Yep.
Yeah, and as you know, the vape shop that was next to Stonebridge was closed, and I want to give you a little background on that.
Sure.
Since I did the prohibition, we initiated a raid on all the vape shops because, people in the community reach out and they're saying, hey, we think they're selling some illegal things here that they're not supposed to be selling. They're targeting our youth.
Right.
So we got in contact with the police department, the police chief, and also consumer protection, because they regulate the vape shops. And we did a full force raid, and that one there was, obviously out of compliance, and they've closed. And I think that's a big win. I don't think that we need vape shops in our downtown.
No.
And, that's not the best use of that property. So that was good. That was rewarding. I'm happy that, we were able to accomplish that. And also, everything else, the economic development, the new parking garage opened up downtown.
I fucking love that. I do.
And it's free.
Yeah.
And
but I don't want to announce it because I'm selfish.
Why? Oh, come on.
Because no one knows about it yet from out of town. And I'm just I sneak in there and it's raining out and I'm like, this is great.
I know.
You ever heard the echo in that place?
It's so clean and bright and safe.
I go there. I was in there 2 Saturday nights ago. I worked at Stonebridge, and I got out, and I was like the last car in that garage.
Wow!
And I walked in, my feet were echoing, and then I shut the car doors. Badoosh, 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 badoosh.
Yeah.
It was a little creepy, but it's such a great spot. It's right there. So
the other great thing.
All right, I'll let the cat out of the bag. It's a good spot.
The other great thing about being the mayor for the first term was the public safety policy that I worked with the police chief on, and our application just got approved by DOT. So there was been 9 locations identified for speed cameras in school zones, for red light cameras, and we have the license plate readers that are working right now, which are helping tremendously with potential crimes in our city,
catching people.
Yeah, with
following
stolen
the cars.
plates.
Yeah.
They're coming into Milford with a stolen plate. The police get identified in real time, and they're able to stop them dead in their tracks, pull them over, and data proves that people come in here with stolen plates, stolen cars to shoplift at the mall or things like that. So we're able to stay ahead of crime.
Can we clear that up a little bit? Because I remember when that first came through, there was a lot of backlash of Big Brother's watching. Are you like ticketing people for running red lights with the cameras and the all that? And this bug, by the way,
everyone will have a warning if they get a
issued
ticket.
in the mail.
Yes, it's just going to be a warning, and there will be signage. So people need to be aware of the signs, and you can appeal it. I mean, obviously, if there's an emergency and you're speeding for a reason, you can appeal it, and they will take up that matter as well. But this is
that
something,
a court-appointed matter, though?
No, there's going to be an outside company that's going to handle those claims. Mm-hmm. But overall, we need to change behavior. People are speeding. As mayor, it's probably one of the biggest complaints that I get. And it's not just on the main roads, it's in our neighborhoods.
It's more in the neighborhoods, I think, than anything.
So we want people, to be safe. Milford's a very walkable city. Mm-hmm. We have people that are walking, biking, as you know, kids getting on and off the bus. So we don't want people speeding, especially through the school zones. And
well, that's number one. I mean,
I think it's going to change behavior. People are going to become more aware, and they're going to be more responsible when they drive. And it's going to protect our pedestrians, and that's really the purpose.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
I think anything like that, people always get a little, apprehension about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're making the city safer.
Right.
We can track potentially like bad criminals.
You could do that too.
The outsiders that are coming in and stealing and stealing cars.
It's the new way of policing. Mm-hmm. It's a game changer. It's technology.
Right.
And we have to be there. We really do. We have drones too.
Yeah.
We funded for 2 additional drones, which help with search and rescues, right? We have this shoreline of 17 and a half miles. We have marshland. We have events where we can protect people, see people. If there's an emergency, we'll see it in real time, and police can respond and help save lives.
That's great. Drones are like the future. I mean, they're here.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they are used for some other bad activity, but I think in the hands of law enforcement, they can only help. I mean,
they protect the police as well.
Yeah.
Before they go to a potential call,
Right, they can get a little
a domestic
right.
call. I mean, we want to make sure that the police are aware of the situation, that they're confronting, and they're prepared, and it helps them as well because it's a dangerous job.
Now, are they used a lot? Or are you still in a kind of a early phase of them?
They're being used. They're being used when on an as need basis. So, and they're very effective. Very effective.
That's great. That's great. I figured you guys had them, but I didn't know how often they used them.
They certainly will use them if the occasion arises, and that's what they're there for. They're there to protect the community. As mayor, you have to understand, first and foremost, public safety is paramount, and public health.
Right.
You got to keep your community safe, and we have a great police department. We have a great fire department. We set a record in response times. Our EMS, if you call for an ambulance, they're there within 5 minutes.
Wow. So,
that's what helps, with public safety.
So when you win re-election, what are your top priorities coming into the next 2 years?
So I'm really excited about economic development because I've been working on it, and these projects take a little bit longer because the mayor's term is only 2 years. So like the Wusthof Knife project, that building is completed. That ribbon cutting should be happening probably next month. We got 150 jobs coming into Milford. Hopefully those people end up living here or spending time here, lunch, dinner, more activity to help with our economy. There's another parcel across the street from the old subway headquarters that is being demoed right now, and that's also going to be some more of the distribution, some more warehouse space. We have the Raising Cane's, which I was very excited about that. The kids are really excited about it. It's a great location on Route 1. It's taking the place of a bank, the former Milford Bank. So we're fortunate enough that people still are willing to invest in Milford and spend that kind of money to buy a building like the bank or even subway headquarters and demo it and then build new construction out of the ground. That represents value. And there's a lot of value here, and there's more opportunity for new businesses to come in. And the mall, we talked about that last time.
Every time.
Every time. Yeah. But it's getting closer and closer, and we're going to have a great concept there. It's going to be a hybrid. Half of the mall will be outside, half will be inside. We'll have some apartments there where people can live right off of 95. Hopefully a medical building, a community college, maybe an entertainment venue, all of these things, coming together all at the right time, and interest rates are being lowered. So there's a lot of optimism.
That's great.
A lot of optimism.
Well said. All right, Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's.
You had it?
I
haven't had it yet.
I haven't had it. There's a line.
The first review I got was from one of my best friends, and he waited like 45 minutes on a Saturday. He's getting it for his daughter who just had a baby. So he's bringing all the food back home.
Wow.
Waited, almost an hour. Didn't have anything to do. Didn't care.
Yeah.
Ordered the 4 combos, got home, and he's like,
Yeah.
Jer, oh my God, it was so good.
Was
The
it?
chicken was, like, I hang up the phone, I go on Facebook, and this is where I feel they're all listening to us.
Yeah.
The first thing that pops up on Facebook is you live in Milford, and someone gave a review of Raising Cane's. And it was like the exact same review my buddy just told me, who's never been on Facebook in his life. And I'm like, wow, that is so fucking weird. But I've heard many good things. I mean, there's always negative Nellies in every aspect of social media, but I gotta try it though. I heard it's pretty good. It's a simple menu, I understand. It's just chicken fingers and the bread and the sauce and the French fries.
And the bread, I've heard about that.
Good,
is it bread? Is
or
it biscuit
rolls or something? Yeah. Because you can make sandwiches out of them, so it's more of a roll, I think.
So I got some good news.
Come on, let's go.
I'm hearing we're gonna get a Shake Shack right here in Milford.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did I hear this?
Right by the Genesis car dealership.
Oh, I did not hear that.
Yeah, and that parcel where Hooters was and kind of coming into the parking where the cars are.
God, that traffic.
There's going to be... Love Shake Shack.
I've never eaten at an actual Shake Shack, only at like casino ones, which I
Okay.
don't consider the same. You know, it's like Pepe's at Mohegan. It's not the same to me.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I heard it's, it was good.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Now, is that
That's coming. It's
like they
coming
breaking
soon.
ground soon?
Yeah,
I mean, everything's, all
there's
the approvals are in?
Well, they're working towards that. It's coming before the Planning and Zoning Board.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So we got to cross our fingers.
Tell no live music.
We got to cross our fingers. They denied Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean,
You know.
it's. I mean, there's one in West Haven. How far do you got to go?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're Milford. You're like, oh, bring it all in. But like at some point, like, how many chicken places do we need?
Oh, listen,
Maybe I'm not the right guy to talk about this.
We could have them all. They're all good in their own way, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, at the end of the day, this is what I always said about chain restaurants, where people are like, oh, go local, go to your local restaurant,
Right.
which is fine as well. Obviously, I prefer that.
Yeah,
But when you go to these other restaurants, they still employ local people.
they do.
It's jobs. It's a lot of jobs. These restaurants hire hundreds of people.
They do.
You know, they work 7 days a week and 2 shifts and all that stuff. And they help the economy just as a local restaurant does.
Bring opportunity.
Right. I'd rather go to the local restaurant because it's just how I shop and do all my stuff.
Yeah, but when you were younger, you were like,
Oh, it's fast food all the way.
yeah, because
Or not, like,
it was.
the chains.
I'm an '80s kid. It was all
Yeah.
burger places, right? So
Yeah.
now it's all chicken.
Yeah, I know. Can we bring Paul's back? Is anything going into Paul's?
Come on. Do you know Paul's? That whole parcel was just purchased, and that's all going to be demoed.
Don't tell me it's going to be.
Listen, it's going to be mixed use, but my hope is that it's going to be some more medical there
Okay.
because of the hospital.
Yeah.
And right next door, there's some medical buildings there
Yes,
already.
yep.
So I'm hoping that we can have more of a medical footprint with some mixed use right there on the post road. I think it's a great location for that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
it's all good stuff, and I'm looking forward to getting reelected
Yes.
and continuing to work on these projects. I'm hearing a little bit across from Stonebridge that the center auto body piece, people are looking at that.
Yeah, they've been looking at that since I started working there in 2000.
Yeah, I got a good feeling about this one. Though.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling. I think
right.
it's gonna happen.
All right.
So, and I like that building. That's like a retro building.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they keep the building and maybe turn it into.
Now, I could be wrong, but I for years I heard that the biggest hiccup with that building is the fact of what it was.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, environmental issues that have to be cleared up to, which, everything's money.
Right.
So I again, this is just working the bar across the street, hearing people talk. That's
Yeah,
all I really
yeah.
know about it. But
Well, there's programs out there. We can help initiate some grants and things like that
Yeah.
to help with remediation.
right.
And I'd like to see that parcel developed. I think it's in a great location, and it's long overdue.
Yeah, for sure. I've stared at it for many
Yeah.
years,
Yeah,
and it's. I always wondered what do they do here? Like I every once in a while I'd see a truck back in and they'd have a car in there and
Yeah.
whatnot, but for the most part it would move on or whatnot. But
They used to put the dunk tank there for the Oyster Fest, the
Yeah,
firemen.
yeah.
We got to get the dunk tank
all
back.
right, hold on. Oh, let's talk Oyster Fest.
All right.
I didn't go.
You didn't go.
No, I worked.
You worked.
I worked a Saturday. Friday I thought about going. Saturday was, wasn't like our usual Oyster Fest
No.
because the way we set it up this year was the Rum Runners played early.
Yes.
Usually they played at 5 to like 9.
Right.
So they played early, and then it kind of was a big lull because now everyone's going down the hill to go to the Oyster Fest.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was kind of like almost like a break off.
Yeah.
There was like a couple hours in between where there wasn't much going on.
Right. I still did well,
Yeah.
but not like, Oyster Fest well. Like
Yeah.
the traditional
Of the
way.
past.
I just want to know the mayor's feedback on what the town said about it. There's always a lot of mixed feelings from
So, you have 2 independent committees working that now, where in the past it was one. So there was a continuous, event, so to
Right.
speak. And there was some time, start times, end times, and there was some, time in between where things were just, like you said, just down low. So I thought overall people enjoyed it. It was a great day. I think it's a different type of event. It didn't seem to be as crowded.
Right.
But I'm sure, like anything else, it'll get back to what it was. There was some music up top this time. There was a stage with some music behind the church. They had additional food trucks down there as well. And they had the arts and crafts on the green. And then down below really seemed like to be the same.
Yeah.
With the headlining of the bands and the two bands that played, I thought were really outstanding.
I heard they were good. Yeah, I heard they were
You
good.
had an Elton John tribute band, and then you had Queen, which was very exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was a good draw. It was a good day.
Is there any chatter of it coming back to the normal, or this is what they're going to stick with?
I'm sure
People asked me. They were just like, "Oh, I'm like, I know anything."
I haven't heard, but I think there'll probably be, more things to add to it,
Yeah.
moving forward. But it's a great event for Milford, and
Always. I went to Irish Fest.
you did.
Yeah. I think I just missed you. I went the Saturday night.
You did?
Yeah, somebody said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I
Tony
was
G
there.
just left."
I was there. That was 2 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went to Saturday. Oh, wait, did I go to Friday?
That's a good time, too.
Maybe I went there. I can't remember.
We have such a great, lineup of events. And then Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I missed that one this year. I usually go. I went last year.
There's a new flagpole I wanted to mention. It just came to mind because the Devon Rotary donated a flagpole at Gulf Beach. If you're driving down Gulf Street and you're coming over the bridge, you'll see it. And it's really special.
Yeah.
And they're calling it the Gateway to Milford. I was fortunate enough to be invited there when they installed it, and they're going to be putting a monument there, a plaque, so to speak. I think it's going to be out of stone, granite. And it's a gift to Milford from the Devon Rotary. And, if they do
That's
a lot
great.
for the community, and it's a beautiful pole. I think it's 65 feet, and they're going to put lights on it with a big flag. And, they really did a great job, with planning that. And I'm so happy that they did it because it's so fitting there,
Yeah.
That
is, I love flagpoles, by the way.
Yeah.
I
I'm
want
a
one. I really want a big one in my front yard.
Do you?
My front yard's not. It's basic. It's not big,
Yeah.
but it's. And I'm like, the only thing that works here is a nice big flagpole.
Right.
But I think my neighbors would be cool with it. But
Did you see the
is
Italian?
there a residential height limit?
I couldn't tell you. You'd have to check the regs. I don't want to misspeak, but I see flagpoles in people's yards.
No, I know.
There
I'm
could
just saying.
be.
Could I? You drive.
Yeah, there could be.
Is 100 feet too high?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Your drone might hit it.
We have the Italian flags downtown right now because October is Italian Heritage Month. So we celebrate that. We raise the Italian flag. The Milford
We just had Columbus Day, right?
Columbus Committee
Yeah.
is we're having a dance where we nominate the Italian American of the Year. This year we're recognizing Mark Valentine from Valentine's Jewelers.
Oh wow,
So
nice.
we're gonna have it at Tide, and I got my my pink tie on because October is also Breast Cancer Awareness
Month. Yeah, we just had the big event at
Yeah.
Stonebridge for breast cancer.
I was there
Yeah.
with the Rum Runners,
Yeah.
and the other bands as well.
Shot down.
Shot Down.
The guitar. I supervised the guitarist in that band at Sikorsky. He works for me.
Yeah.
Brian. Brian. There's two brothers, Brian and Bruce.
Is he a better worker or guitar player?
I'll say when he has work, he actually works on fuel probes of the helicopter.
Does he?
Yeah, he's very good at what he does.
Yeah.
But getting any of the guys in that shop to actually work a full 8-hour day is not easy. Something you might want to look into when you graduate. By the way, if you do see the fly By the way, so your intern is sitting next to us.
Yeah,
you're
my
one
friend.
of the first guests that had a friend with them that has been perfectly quiet. Usually they we start talking a topic and they want to jump in, but
They
I know,
do?
yeah, it happens all the time.
He's very polite.
Yeah, no, he's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
And he goes to University of New Haven.
Yes.
My alma mater.
Yes.
Back in 1992, I was a freshman there.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Fuck.
AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a freshman, right?
Sophomore.
Oh, sophomore? Wow, that went by quick.
Where'd you go to high school? Around here? Milford?
Fairfield Prep.
Fairfield Prep? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, he's probably a pain to work with, but I get it, you know. Are you the one that films the videos of him?
No.
No.
Now, you get heat for these things, and it just drives me insane. I don't get it.
It's I don't understand it either.
Like
I
they're
really don't.
8-minute vignettes, basically, of you just saying, hey, it's, Woodmont Day. Hey, it's Irish Fest. Hey, it's Oyster Fest. Like,
It's a minute with the mayor. It's a report. It's a community update. It's,
yeah.
promoting what's happening in Milford. That's the job. I mean, it's part of the job. It's important. People want to see you there. I enjoy it.
I'm sure you do. I'm sorry. I'm thinking in my head of when we first talked
Yeah.
2 years ago, right before the election.
Right.
How different is the landscape just 2 years later, do you think?
So every election's different. Every cycle's different, and it depends on the campaign that's being waged against you. Mm-hmm. My campaigns have always been clean, positive, above board. I talk about the policies that we've mentioned earlier that I put forward, what I've done, my accomplishments, share my vision. But today, in this climate, this political landscape, it's changed. It's unfortunate because the people of Milford don't prescribe to that.
Right.
And to be negative and put out misinformation, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. So unfortunately, that's why this election I think is so important, that people recognize that. And they do, because they'll tell me, they come to me with concern, like, why am I getting these mailers in my mails?
The cartoon one.
The AI one? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a cartoon. It was like a comic strip or something.
Yeah.
I looked at it like, I just you flip through your mail, and I'm like, and I went back, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And remember the ones when we talked 2 years ago about the text messages we receive? I still get those.
I don't do text messaging.
I know, and this is what kills me. It's like, I know you're not doing this stuff.
Dog.
To me, it makes me laugh, but at the end of the day, do you think it's influencing anyone? I don't think so. I think a lot of times it's, the left's the left, the right's the right. They're going to vote along that line. Now, I see this. My girlfriend came home the other day, and she's like, why are the hell you're running against? I can't even think of his name right now.
I don't know.
Anyway, so your opponent, there's these signs that are red.
Yeah.
And they're voting, vote for him. And then at the bottom, what does it say? It says Citizens for Fiscal Responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? That's not even a thing. Is it? It's not a sanctioned thing anyway.
There's PAC money. People like my opponent go out of state, and they are within the state, and there's these PACs, and they try to sway these elections, and with this messaging. That particular sign that you're referring to was a red sign that said Republicans.
Yeah, for so and so.
It's
unnamed.
Yeah, Milford.
Car salesman.
Milford is a place where in the past we've never seen this type of campaign.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I can't imagine that people believe these things. They put out something that said, I asked for a raise. I never asked for a raise.
It just comes up. It's every 2 years. First of all, you're not allowed to ask for a raise.
No.
You're not allowed to.
No.
In your first 2 years, your term.
And
then it
always
comes up automatically, right?
Yeah. So they try to make everything political. That's my point.
Yeah.
And it's not working. It's not working. I didn't raise the taxes.
Right.
They're trying to call me taxing Tony.
Taxing Tony. You should fucking play with that, though. You should like walk down the street. Hey, I'm taxing Tony.
I mean, you could watch the meeting. The majority of the board of
Kill him with
aldermen.
kindness. Oh yeah. You want to?
They voted no,
Mm-hmm.
and the taxes went up. I put forward a budget that appropriately funded the entire city that would have lowered property taxes, and they voted no, and that's fact.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is what happens. It's unfortunate, but people see through it. I put my faith in the people. I really do, and they know. They know. So I'm excited. I got a lot of good energy out there, a lot of positivity. People like, what we're doing.
Yeah.
And they like the whole approach. I'm a community mayor, and that's what people want. They want peace. They don't want people that create divides.
Yeah.
That's not Milford.
I watched this video. It was a little while back.
Yeah.
And it was a video about an ex-CIA agent and how everything's a psyop, when it comes to the media and left, right, anything.
Right.
And his basic comment was, the media and the higher-ups, the high-ups, don't give a fuck if you're Republican or Democrat. All they want you to do is this. They feed off of you guys' conflict, right?
Yeah.
He said if you went to your neighbor's house,
Right.
and didn't know if he was Republican or Democrat, sat down on the table, they invited you over for dinner. There's a dog there, 2 families, big dinner made. You guys are just shooting the shit, right?
Right.
Talking sports, talking jobs, talking goals in life. What do you want to accomplish? We want to see food on the table. You want to see your kids grow. You want to grow old and have grandkids and see all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll have the same kind of views like that. Left,
We all
right.
share.
And then you find out that they're, Trumpers or vice versa. You throw that word out and everyone pretty much all has the same goals.
Of course we do. Everybody, like I said before, we want a safe city. We all believe in public safety.
Right.
We all believe in public health. We want to be, healthy, quality of life, and great schools. We all want great schools for our kids. We want to invest in education. We want amenities in our city. We want pickleball courts. We want, splash pads. We want, the miniature golf course. We're working on that
See,
too.
now you're talking my language.
Yeah, so I got a meeting tomorrow about that.
Yeah.
An update. This is what we want. And that's what matters. This other stuff that they're trying to bring in, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Like as a mayor of a town like this, there's so much, right?
Yeah.
The town one is big.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of amenities and things that other towns just don't have. Like Orange doesn't have a coastline.
No.
Orange doesn't have boaters you got to deal with and marinas and all
Right.
that stuff. And yeah, they have Route 1, but they don't have the mall. And I mean, I don't envy your position, but I think you do it so well and you handle it, and you're a great talking head for Milford. Like, that sounds negative, but it's not. It's like you're a great representative of Milford, I should say, outside of being a mayor.
Right.
Like you're going to try to bring the businesses in and bring all that in.
Of course.
And I appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
Outside of being a mayor.
Right.
I think you've been like that regardless of being a mayor. You're always pro-business.
Absolutely.
And I don't think, I get it. I don't get upset, but I wonder why people, I see like a lot of the housing stuff, and I think a lot of that just comes from people that are just, I don't know, comfortable in their own areas, and they don't want outsiders. But at the end of the day, like this is how the world has worked since the dawn of time.
Right.
We live in an area that is just going to populate more and more. We don't live in the middle of the country, down some dirt road. We have all the amenities we just talked about, the coastline, that's Route 1, the downtown area, everything. There's so much to talk about. Get till I'm blue in the face about this town. So just accept it.
Right.
And it's more revenue. It's more taxes for the city. And, so, all right, let's get on the taxes real quick.
Well, let me just...
Yeah, go back.
one quick thing, what drives a lot of this conversation obviously was the influx of apartments, but we have a train station in our downtown, which allows for more density. So this starts from the top down. You have a state that is pushing for more people to use mass transit, such as a train.
Right.
So they're encouraging for more apartments and more density because they want people to go back and forth to work and use the train, so it's less cars on the road. Same thing on these other apartment buildings that have popped up. They're on bus lines. So that's really what you see. When you compare it to like Orange, they don't have a train station.
Right.
So we don't have the luxury of more land where we can build more housing. So that's why you're seeing more of this type of development.
Right.
Because we don't have any more land. So, it's a change, and people have to understand, what's happening and what's driving it. But the taxes in Milford compared to the surrounding towns, and we've talked about this before, and you indicated just a moment ago about the shoreline, the beaches, the schools, the amenities, and the harbor. Our mill rate is lower. Our property taxes are lower than West Haven, Orange, Stratford. And look at the value, look at the quality of life, look at the services that we provide for those tax dollars.
Right.
It's really incredible. It's really incredible. And we're able to do it. And because we have the industrial corridor of our city, tax base, because we have a strong retail and commercial sector of our city, and because we have, all of these other types of buildings, and when the mall is finally renovated and developed, we're going to have surpluses in our budget and our revenue streams. We're not there yet. That's under transition. That's happening right now. It can't happen fast enough for me, but it will come. It will come, and it'll be positive change, and that'll take the tax burden. It'll shift it away from the single-family homeowners more towards the commercial. The mall was or still is our biggest taxpayer.
For sure, yeah.
The mall was valued at $180 million at one time in its heyday. That value decreased by 80 million. It's only worth 100 million. They did a tax appeal. The company that bought the mall from Westfield Malls, Centennial, appealed it. So now it's worth $80 million less. How do you make up $80 million in a grand list?
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
But putting the mall aside, we're still growing. We still have new businesses coming in. And when there's an empty building, it's getting repurposed or it's getting demolished and it's being replaced by something that is more of mixed use. So we've already have turned the corner. The taxes should have went down, but unfortunately, the majority of the Board of Aldermen put politics before people. And they talk about the seniors on fixed income. And they should have delivered this tax decrease, and they didn't because it's an election year. It's that simple. And it shouldn't be like that. Milford was never like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's all they're running on.
And that's
they're calling you taxing Tony. They're calling you, they're making these, like I said, these cartoon strips and sending to people's houses. And I get, this is how I know someone's desperate. I get maybe one flyer from you in the mail.
Yeah. I got another one coming.
Okay. Every day I get phone calls or text messages.
Yeah.
And it's always the Democrats. Now, I don't know if you do you read Milford Living? This is a little pat on my own back.
Yeah, I was.
Did you see the article in there of me?
Of you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see my article?
No, I don't get it. I didn't even know. No, I don't even get the magazine.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
But so, yeah, I did.
My girlfriend said it was too expensive. I said, babe, it's like $20 a year. So they do the article about me, and I said this on my last show.
Yeah.
How journalism has really changed because my interview for this was through Instagram direct messaging. And I didn't even know they were doing an article on me.
Oh, wow.
She was just asking me questions about my podcast. I mean, she said who she was and who she worked for.
Did they have a picture of you?
Yeah, they took it off my website. Okay. And they did ask me for a couple, and I didn't really know where it was going. And then the article came out, and our good friend Corey Shoup at Wines and More was the first one that must have opened it up, saw it, and sent me a picture of him. I'm like, wow.
Nice.
So I went on their website and saw it. Well, they sent me a nice, I mean, I paid a little bit of money for it, but it's like those placards, and it's got the article on it. I have it at the house. It's got the article on it, and if you read like in the magazine, there was a picture underneath of like Brian Smith and Pam Landry.
Okay.
They were underneath, and then then underneath that was one of my political nemesises, Rosa DeLauro.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, but that's just the article, right? I'm like, yeah, whatever. But the whole article was about me. It was just pictures of them as basically Milford Airwaves or whatever they called it, because Brian and Pam have their own radio show on WOW or something. So I get the thing sent to me, and I pick out the style and everything, and it was really nice. It comes out, and I open it up, and at the bottom of it is the picture of Rosa DeLauro. And I'm just like, it's like they know. It's like they're needling me, these journalists, you know. But I thought it was I want to say it was a well-written article, but I pretty much wrote it. Because I literally was like verbatim everything I said. But it was nice. I mean, they didn't have to reach out to me. You know, I didn't know. But that's another little thing about Milford. But now we subscribed, and we'll get the winter one coming. It's like quarterly, I think. Like this one said autumn on it. So whatever.
One thing about Milford, the word gets around.
Yeah.
You know, it's a city, but it's a tight-knit city. People know what's going on. They know the truth.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's important. And people get annoyed, getting back to text messages and all this negativity. They get annoyed by that, especially when it's on their phone. You know, they share that with me. I don't partake in that.
And it's so lengthy. You got to like scroll with it. Like, okay.
And none of it's true. And none of it's true.
Oh, Tony Taxis? Yeah. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, it was 8-7 vote the other way. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
It's...
Well, so when did the taxes come back up? Is that how often do you
we're
vote on that?
starting right now. In fact, this week I just had all the department heads came to City Hall, and they got their packets to start working on their budgets for the next, right after the election, the next budget cycle starts.
Yeah.
So that'll be voted on in May of next year, in the spring.
Okay.
So we start working on that way in advance.
Yeah.
So it's constant. It's constant.
Do you remember how I joked? Well, I kind of joked, didn't joke. I think I was drinking. He wasn't. You know.
What's that?
About running for alderman. Remember
Let's
that last
go.
time you were on the
Let's
show?
go.
I know.
You got my vote.
And people were like, "Oh yeah, you really should." And I'm like, I got a lot on my plate. And then I watched the video of Nadine Padowitz online.
Yeah.
Just went on this. She was actually my douche of the week a couple of weeks ago. I do a little douche of the week segment at the end. I didn't have one today, but it'll pop in my head before we're done. Anyway, so she goes, I'm sure everyone in Milford has seen it or heard about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I was an alderman listening to that, I don't even care what side of the aisle it was on.
Yeah.
I would have just been like, ma'am, sit the F down. Just sit down.
Yeah.
This derisiveness, this division, like it doesn't, what's it helping?
It's not.
Like I raised my hand. I voted for Trump.
That's not
automatically makes me a Nazi bootlicker.
It's creating more anxiety.
I'm tired, Tony. I'm tired of it. I don't even go online anymore. I barely post. I only post my show. Every once in a while, I'll have a couple cocktails late on a Saturday night. I'll be like, I'll fire one out. Other than that,
I've spent over 20 years at City Hall, planning and zoning 4 years, Board of Aldermen 16 years, and now the mayor. Coming up on my first term. And I've never seen anything like that at City Hall. So that was a shock to me. You know, all the time that I spent there, all the meetings that I've attended, even the meetings that weren't for me that I attended there. I've never seen hatred like that.
No.
And
that was like, it wasn't just,
it was low point.
It was vile.
Yeah, low point.
There was,
and that's the thing.
intentions of violence in it.
you don't want to subject people to that. You don't want to subject our kids to that, because that's not what Milford is. Milford is the small city with the big heart. And it was unfortunate, but, now we have an election before us, and, people need to recognize, what's happening. And we don't want that in Milford. No. We certainly don't want that.
I think decency should win out regardless of anything.
Not only decency, but this is an election about integrity, about being honest, with the people. That's very important. You have to be honest with people, especially when you're asking for their vote and you want to represent them.
Right.
And we haven't seen that from the other side. And that meeting that you're referencing and what happened, they should be also as upset as I am. Mm-hmm. And we haven't heard anything, So it's unfortunate. But you rise above it.
That's it.
You do the right thing. You stay positive. And you do what's best for all the people in Milford. I represent all the people the same. And people recognize that. And that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm asking for their support and to get reelected, to keep up the good work, the honest work, and being nonpartisan.
I almost want to give you a little round of applause, Tone.
No,
I feel like I should wrap the show up there on that note.
It has meaning.
I know it does.
And we can't get distracted. And it's upsetting.
That's all this stuff is.
It's
a
upsetting. And it's right before the election.
Yeah.
And it's grandstanding, and it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It is.
It's not good. I believe in positive energy, helping people.
And this lady, another video resurfaced of her.
Well,
at Dockside doing the same shit back in whatever in
at
the summer.
My opponent's fundraiser. I mean, go figure. I don't know what else to say. So
I don't even want to really give her any more time.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. Anyway, we'll finish on this topic because we're in the middle of the season. We've been lucky again another year.
Yeah.
Hurricane season.
Yeah.
I lived through both down in Bayview, Sandy and Irene. Sandy being the second one, the most devastating.
Right.
How do you feel the town is prepared for another major one? Knock on wood, we don't get one, but I mean, we do live in that, we're in the heart of that area.
Right.
You lived in the town when they happened.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't think the response was terrible.
No.
I thought it was good, but have we made measures? Have you seen measures made since then as you took office?
Absolutely.
Do you feel confident? I mean, there's really nothing you do if a ocean wipes out a house, but
right.
Just the response, the cleanup, and all that stuff that goes into it, because it literally is every year. You got to cross your fingers and hope we get through it.
And having a city. And being the mayor of a city, of a shoreline community that's made up of several beach associations, yep. Some of them private, some of them public, it's very important. We've invested millions of dollars in storm resiliency projects just to help mitigate flooding on a full moon. Right. High tide, full moon, Point Beach.
Yep.
We've made improvements there. We've made improvements down at Bayview with pumps. If there's an influx of water, we can get it pumped out quickly. Same thing with Wildermere Beach Association. I'm working with them for some storm resiliency project, the bluff that they are looking to install off the coastline, because that beach there is actually eroding, and we've done several projects and with great success. So we continue to invest money, bond money for storm resiliency. Yeah. And we also do these ever bridges. I'm sure there's listeners out there that have gotten my messages by telephone to alert people of a potential flooding, high winds, high tide, to park their cars on higher ground, to give them warning and to make sure that there's nothing out on their decks or in their yards that can turn into projectiles,
right.
And become dangerous with this type of storm and with a strong wind. So we're also, warning people better in real time and giving them enough notice. And I've just met with the fire chief, and he's really responsible, and he's in charge of our emergency response, and we are getting accolades for that. We have a whole system that's put in place. So we're very fortunate that we have a great fire department that is on the cutting edge of alerting people, responding. We work very closely with the power companies. We have something that they call a dashboard. If there's power that is lost in Milford due to high winds or a storm, trees down, things like that, we can go onto this dashboard and we can see where the work is being done and seeing how it's being divided or dispatched out, so we can get people back online in a faster time. And we work with them, with our public works department, if we have to clear the road or clear the trees in order for them to come in and do the work. We work side by side with them.
Yeah.
So we have companies that if there was a major disaster and we had to go out onto the street with loaders and collect debris and truck it out, we have areas identified where we can dump it, sort it, because we have to actually take inventory of that debris in order to get a reimbursement back from FEMA. So there is a process, there's a plan, an emergency response plan that we follow. And we have to follow that, because a lot of that money that it would cost in order to do that, if it was catastrophic, we get reimbursed for that.
Yeah.
Because they would identify it as either a state or federal disaster. So we want to make sure that we're following the guidelines, because that money is important to us. That money, we don't want to come out of our regular budget.
Right.
So yeah, it's a lot of that, and it's constant, and we're able to mitigate it, and we're able to stay ahead of it in real time.
Yeah. I mean, if we did get one, obviously the flooding's the flooding, but a lot of those houses were raised, and
a lot of them.
They're just,
and we're lucky that they were, and there's not that many left.
No, there's not.
There's not, but
there are some though.
Yeah, there are some, and there's some hardships, and we're working through that with the homeowners to get them to higher ground. Because it's important, it's important. We all love the beach, right? Mm-hmm. On a beautiful sunny day, we all enjoy the beach and the shore and boating and kayaking and all of these great things that happen. But, when a storm comes, we want to be prepared as a community, and we help each other. The National Guard came down to those events that you referenced, and they were here, and we had a lot of volunteers, a lot of boots on the ground to clean up and get things back in order. But it's working with the public. We've had seminars. People come in from the state agencies and meet with the shoreline residents. There was one at Jonathan Law that I attended not too long ago. We're always looking at the flood zones. We're always working with Mary Rose Palumbo. She heads up our inland wetlands to make sure that these people are brought up to what's happening, and if there's any changes, because people take out flood insurance. Mm-hmm. And when we make improvements, we want to note that, we want to document that, because that's what brings their rates down. So it's important.
When I lived down there, my flood insurance rates were so high, it was crazy. That's why I moved out. That's why I ended up moving out, because I owned it with an ex, and we broke up, and she moved out, and I was by myself, and I'm like, that's just too much. And I don't know, I was at the age where I didn't want roommates and stuff, and I'm just like, so I sold it, whatever. But I miss it every once in a while, just being down that area.
So how you doing with because you're working at Sikorsky now?
Yep.
How's that going?
Good. Yeah.
That's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dealing with the union, that's always fun.
And you're still holding on to that Stonebridge?
Yeah, I worked Saturday nights this past summer mostly.
Yeah. Good.
I'll probably take the winter off, work some holiday, something. I don't know. It's just, I work 5 days, sometimes 6 over there, so getting the energy to go in and work.
And how long have you been doing the podcast?
So this January will be my 5-year anniversary.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You do a great job, and it's important that you do it at this level to get the word out. I appreciate that. I respect that. And it's people like you that make Milford great, because you're invested in it and you care about it as much as anyone else, and you do your part. And this is like, your way of giving back and keeping people informed of what's going on.
It's funny. A lot of people ask me, well, what's it about? And, there's a lot of different guests and topics.
Yeah.
And I hit it all pretty much. But I pretty much just answer now. To support Milford. It's a local podcast.
Yeah.
I will get national guests on, but it's localized 75% of the time. So that's what I enjoy. If you look at all the things behind me, keep Milford warm.
Yeah.
All the people involved. Milford Turkey Trot's coming up.
Yeah, it's a great one.
It's awesome. The guy Tor that runs that, he was just on. It's fun, and I don't see myself leaving this town. So I think this brings me closer to everybody in this town.
Yeah. I appreciate coming on the show.
Yeah, no, I appreciate having you. Yeah. And, now you got an intern. I mean, you're big time now.
Yeah, I mean, I always look forward to it.
I actually, I looked into getting an intern because...
You should.
I just don't know
You could take AJ. I'll leave him here if you want.
It's really not hard. All you have to do is just make sure the volume's good on these shows. And when you're 21, you can drink with me.
Yeah.
So maybe when you're... were you 20 now?
19.
Oh, shit. Yeah. All right. So on my 7th anniversary, we'll have you back.
Yeah,
on.
you should. I mean, I enjoy it. I want to give back. I want to mentor people,
Yeah.
and share my experiences
Well, a lot of people asked
with
me
them.
when I first started, but not when I first, but when I first got in here.
Yeah.
And they were like, just go to the colleges. But I think, there's a certain, I got to offer 30 hours a week or something. I'm like, I do one show a week and it's 3 hours.
I mean, AJ's
I could
great.
fudge a lot of numbers, I guess, but I need proof behind the pudding,
AJ makes his own hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whenever he's available.
Nice.
Yeah.
The University of New Haven, go Chargers, right?
Yeah.
That's it. How's their football team this year?
Doing good.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. D1 now, right? So it's, competition. They got to step it up.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, you know what? I didn't have a douche of the week, but there was some breaking news today. So I don't know if I'm going to single out anyone, but you're a college kid, so I'm sure you are going to be not involved, but it's going to be thrown in your face for a long time, for the rest of your life probably, and that's gambling. And gambling is one of the I dabble in it a little bit, but back in the day I used to book. In my 30s I just bet.
Yeah.
In my 40s, not too long ago, the FanDuels came out and all that, and sit on my
Right.
couch on a Sunday and legally gamble.
Yeah.
And just the last 2 years, thank God I lost the itch. I'm going to the casino on Saturday, but I'm going for a card show, right?
Okay.
I probably won't even sit down at a table and gamble. I'll probably grab lunch and head home, But I don't know if you saw the news today. The head coach of the Denver Nuggets. Oh, sorry. The head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. He used to play for the Nuggets.
Okay.
Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
Got arrested by the FBI.
He did?
For a gambling ring that he was involved with the mafia. Go figure.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, these guys make millions and millions of dollars. Now, this is something when gambling became legal. Now, I believe he's more on the poker side of it, but there was an actual player named Terry Rozier who used to play for the Celtics. Now he's on the Charlotte Hornets, I believe. Mm-hmm. He was also arrested by the FBI today. Mm-hmm. He is more involved in basically, we used to call it point shaving back in the day when we grew up. Now it's... gambling now is so different than, Tony, when you and I grew up. We grew up, it was, you bet the line on a Patriots-Giants game or the over-under.
Yeah.
You put in a, 2-team parlay or teaser, and that was pretty much it. Now you go on an app.
Yeah.
And you can bet on anything. The dumbest shit, you can bet on it. And so what this player was doing was had his boys, text his boys, hey, listen... bet, they'll put an over-under on how many points Terry Rozier scores in a game, right? So you can either bet more than 20 or less than 20. We'll just set the number at 20.
Okay.
So he'll tell his guys, bet the under tonight. I'm not going to score that much. So these guys load up $200,000 on the under, and Terry Rozier starts the game, and then all of a sudden he pulls his hamstring, and he's out for the rest of the game, and that's a winner for these guys.
Not cool.
So how the FBI, and they track it, is by algorithms like everything else with the young kids. Everything's an algorithm now, but it's an abnormal bet. Who the fuck's going to bet $200,000 on a player to not score 20 points without knowledge of said fucking guy? When I started, I'm glad you brought up when I started this podcast. 5 years ago, I started it. And that's kind of when all this legalization was coming around. The FanDuels and the sports DraftKings or whatever you call it are coming around, and the apps, and it's just the absolute idiocy of how easy it is to gamble now, especially for the young kids. I had restless nights in college, not knowing if I was going to be able to pay, like watching Monday Night Football, trying to make up my losses from Sunday, and if I lose, I can't pay the guy. And these guys were they were Italian. Okay, you know. Yeah. So now, I mean, granted, you need a credit card. You're probably these real degenerates are probably stealing their parents, but how did they not know this was going to happen?
Yeah.
And I've talked about it at length. I think it's literally one of the next epidemics we're going to face is gambling and how. But once you do it, you can't really go back. It started popping up in a couple states here and there, and then it just blew. It's legal in Connecticut. It's legal in Massachusetts.
Right.
The one caveat in Connecticut is you can't bet on UConn, but you can literally drive in your car and go to the New York border or the Massachusetts border, and then all of a sudden, boom, I can bet on UConn now. Believe me, I only know this because I did it. Every UConn game in their 2-year run, I bet and I won. Wow. But that was kind of the last. That was kind of the last time I bet was 2 years ago with UConn. Anyway, so my point, I'm actually going to do a whole podcast on this with a couple of friends of mine we were all degenerate gamblers back in the day, and we've all been talking about this now of how, I mean, just I'm an old man. Seriously, just be careful with it. It's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's legal, so just like marijuana. Marijuana's legal now, which I can't stand either. And just be mindful. I hate to sound like the commercial for like Gamblers Anonymous, but like literally set your bets, set your limits. It's hard when you lose because you want to chase it back and win. I've been down that road.
Yeah.
I was never really bad. I was never, some of the horror stories you hear, I never got like that. But it's just, I just pray for the kids today that they don't fall into these traps and just, get involved in the wrong crowds. And it's just a revenue stream for the states now, and it's just like marijuana, and it's just we'll put you in jail for this shit. Oh wait, no, it's legal. Now we're gonna post the ads everywhere on TV. Every fucking pregame show you watch, the whole corner is just odds of players' touchdowns and over-unders and all this shit. I'm sure you watch it, right? You see it every Sunday on ESPN. It's crazy, Tony. It's crazy. You can't get away from it.
And I feel like it's a lot of the youth. Right? College kids.
I would love in this town, if there was ever something going on in this town, I would love to speak on it if you could help me out one day.
You want to get it out there.
Yeah. Well, like literally go to have something in town hall for the parents to understand the signs that their children are gamblers. Or, I mean, is there a Gamblers Anonymous in this town?
I'm sure there is.
There's probably. I know they're anonymous, so they're not really going to tell you. But
and the fantasy football thing was cool, all right, for kids. But I think that kind of is a gateway.
It's a gateway, absolutely.
So this could really hurt. They talk about generational wealth. What hurts generational wealth? It's gambling, divorce, drugs. I mean, it's money. It's and it's an addiction, and it's got to be dealt with. I don't know, Milford Prevention Council, they've talked about it, and there's discussions with high school kids about it because I've been in those meetings, and it's something that they're addressing here in Milford because, like you said, it's innocent, right?
Right. Put a $5 parlay in, 10 teams.
Yeah, but it's like anything else, you got to be careful, and you got to have eyes on it, and you got to, be educated to say, hey, you know what, this is not what I should be doing.
Right.
This is going to hurt me.
And I'm not telling you don't gamble.
Yeah.
If you got a good job, you got the extra cash, throw down on a team. I mean, it's your money. I'm not going to tell you how to spend it.
Right.
But just be mindful of literally how they are attacking your senses when you watch a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game. And all these analysts that used to be analysts of the game are now analysts of gambling on the game.
Oh,
and that's the shift that it's gone to. And I see it with my own eyes, and I'm just like, I can't believe it. I was sitting on the couch with my girlfriend. We were watching Monday Night Football, like, beginning of the season. I'm like, I want you to count how many gambling ads are on during the commercials, or how many times they talk about it in pregame, and the little graphics they put up. And, it's sponsored by DraftKings or FanDuel, and you get a $5 bonus. You see it all. It's insane.
So this guy was doing, like, the Pete Rose thing?
So, well, the Pete Rose thing is weird. Yes, he's gambling on his own sport,
on his team.
Yeah, well, on himself.
Oh, on himself
to underperform.
Pete Rose was a coach.
Pete Rose was a manager coach who bet on his team to win.
Okay, this is different.
This is a lot different, but this is the world we live in now. So like, think about this: these guys make money we can't even fathom.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with guys at work about this today when the news broke. I'm like, wait, is this just the tip of the iceberg? Like, we have a head coach of an NBA team. There's only 32 of them. Who made millions of dollars as a player, now makes $6.5 million a year as a coach.
Wow.
And he's involved in this shit?
Yeah.
How?
What's the purpose?
Is it they're just bored with all the money they have and they need that late night stimulation? I don't know.
Yeah.
The players. Why would you risk a $15 million a year salary to bet $200,000?
Hey, I don't want to, I got to tell you this because I heard this and I don't know how it came about, but when Michael Jordan was playing, and remember when he left basketball to play baseball?
Yep.
It
was his gambling debts, his gambling craziness, yeah.
And who knows what was happening at that time.
So during his third championship.
If it was related to the Bulls, games.
Yeah. I don't know. This was more of a like blackjack kind of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was a famous time where I think it was his third championship year, and they played the Knicks in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they won or lost the game, can't remember. And he fucking drove to AC after the game and was there till like 6 a.m. gambling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he, whatever. It's just like legendary stories. But one of the biggest things about Jordan is they believe his father was murdered because of Jordan's gambling debts.
Oh, my God.
Or who he was involved with the gambling. I mean, they'll never admit it, but everything I read, all signs point to that.
Well,
you had the greatest player in the history of sports. He was probably like LeBron isn't liked by a lot of people, including myself, but I don't think anyone hated Jordan back then.
Nah.
I was a Celtics fan. You were just in awe of him,
Yeah. Well, see, that could potentially, hurt your family.
Yeah. Oh, gambling could definitely hurt your family.
You're getting involved with the wrong people, and
because eventually, if you're kind of the path of regression now, is you'll go on your app, you'll put your credit card in, blah blah blah. But you're going to eventually, if you're not good or you're betting too much, you're going to run out of funds. And then where do you go? Bookies are still around.
Oh boy!
What do bookies do that the sites don't? They don't need the money up front.
No,
they just take the bet.
But they come and collect.
But they'll come and collect.
Absolutely.
And then if these guys are the wrong guys and they come to collect and you have the money, there's not many options you have. One, you take out another loan to try to gamble it back, and then you put yourself in more debt.
Yeah.
And then you've seen all the movies.
That's a vicious cycle.
It is. That's why that's why I would love to speak on the topic in front of people. But anyway, all right. Well, that's my little rant. I always got to throw a rant in when I'm on with you.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, I'm glad you brought that to my attention. I haven't heard the breaking news.
Yeah. It was it's like I said, I think it's a 2-year-long FBI investigation.
Wow.
Yeah. Kash Patel was the one that announced it today. And he didn't even start it. He wasn't even in there until this year. So it wasn't even like, this was Biden's administration that started looking into it. So it's crazy. But all right. So early voting started.
It started.
It's down at the Parsons complex.
Yeah.
What are the hours again? Every was it Monday through Friday?
Well, it started. I think Monday. It started at like 10 a.m. Till 6. I think that's pretty much the hours.
Pretty much the hours. All right.
Yeah.
So no matter where you live in Milford, you can just bring your ID and you can go vote there.
Go to Parsons,
or you can be like me and Tony,
and
just make a day of it. Well, you got a real day of it. I just have a fun day of it. And vote on November 4th.
November 4th, Election Day.
That's
big day.
I can't believe it's been 2 years already. Here we are again.
I just can't wait. I just want the numbers to come in, and I know
the anxiety riding up to that day has got to be. I get stressed. I was stressed 2 years ago for you.
I'll be at Citrus
on election night.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm calling my boss. Call my boss. Yeah, taking Wednesday off.
We will be at Citrus bringing in the numbers, and hopefully, another 2 years as mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably get there by, the polls close at 8. There'll be people there at 8. But I don't know. The numbers, it might take till 8:30, quarter to 9.
Takes a little bit. But it's going to be a landslide, so they'll know right away.
I hope so.
Yeah. Probably even before I vote. You'd be like, Jerry, I appreciate it.
I don't
really
know.
do,
AJ was with me. We were out in front of the, Parsons early voting. I got a good vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. People.
Are you going to be out there on election night?
He could be
at the polls.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah.
As an intern.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't vote in this town, right? You're not a resident. Right. No, but you could be there, suit and tie with a little pin. Yeah.
Holding a sign or two.
I'm this first and best intern, right? But are you the first? I see your first intern?
AJ, he's my first college intern.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have high school kids from law and foreign in the springtime. But no, AJ's, he's number one on the college list.
Nice.
Yeah, my first pick.
All right. There's probably a lot of people.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Well, you know what? I don't need to say it, but good luck.
Thank you. No, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm counting on everyone to come out and vote. And
I'm sure the turnout will be strong.
I would be honored.
It was strong last year for the national election. So
yeah,
and we saw how that turned too. To numbers we've never seen before for the Republicans. So I just, like I said, you're great at what you do.
Thank you.
I know you look out for the town of Milford and the people of Milford
every day.
You're humble.
Thank you.
You're not. You're gracious. And just keep being you. I mean, I look across this table 2 years ago. I don't see a different person. I see the same Tony with the same vision, and I don't think anything's gone to your head or changed. And that's the best compliment I think I could give you.
Well,
and of course, you have my vote.
I appreciate that, and your vote means the world to me. And I appreciate you inviting me on the show and getting the word out because it's important.
Absolutely. Well, then I'm definitely going to see you November 4th at. What time are you going to get there?
I'll be. I think I'll be there. Well, I'll be out in front of the polls till 8:00 sharp. So I'll be there by 8:30.
8:30. All right.
Make my way.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's a great night. It's a great night for Row B.
That's a pro Tony G bar, regardless.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun night.
It will be. It will be. I'm looking forward to it. But Row B, my team. I really need. The support of my ticket and my team, so we can make some headway on some of these boards and commissions because, we put good things forward, but we need the votes to support those great policies.
Yeah. Awesome, man. I appreciate it again. We'll talk again, obviously. But good luck, and I'll see you. And nice meeting you, AJ. UNH, you're good with me. All good. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate you.